So this is where we're starting, waving goodbye to all of the boxes, and I think I had about 7 boxes of books which needed to be dealt with and put onto their rightful place on the shelves. I think I'd spoken about in a few videos that I had been storing my books in our weird extra shower, but we had a bit of a collapse and the box at the bottom completely just collapsed in on itself. Luckily, no books were harmed, but then they had to be moved to the side of the kitchen table. So I think there were about 7 boxes in total. And this is me starting off the process of putting them on our new shelves. So we had this custom built shelving unit put into our front room. The corner section is going to be the majority of where we put our books. So my intentions going into this was that all of my read books are going to be here, with my TBR staying in the study area, which I do have a video up of me organising that. So they are still in there. How am I organising things? How am I doing this? I didn't really have much of a plan, especially as starting out. I was just working through box by box. So it was a lot of vibe and just general, let's get the books out of the boxes and onto the shelves and then review. Placing the books onto the shelves, and it is mostly done by vibe. So a lot of the books that I have are fantasy, but I went with vibe. So like dark academia are together, fantasy romance all together, sort of more of the epic fantasies are together, some of the YAs are together, the romances are together. So it's all done by vibe and no real general organisation. I don't do alphabetical, I don't do by colour. Series have to stay together, authors typically stay together, and I feel as though I might have put some of the more male authors together. That's how I geared it. Something that I noticed whilst putting these shelves together is that because of it being on a corner, some books sort of get a little bit hidden. So it's trying to be tactical about which books ended up getting not lost, but getting hidden. The ones that aren't so liked, and well, all of my books are liked, but maybe the ones which I don't feel so proud about showing, potentially where I've got like slightly odd hardback, paperback mixes in my series, or authors that I have read from and enjoyed, but don't feel like I want to be supporting and advocating for. So that's sort of the logic that I did. I think it turned out quite well. I think there are still some bits and pieces that I would like to rearrange and play around with, but that's going to take some time. Since filming this as well, I have since moved in my boyfriend's books, and these have been put on 2 of the bottom shelves. He had ambitions that his books were only going to take up 1 shelf. Absolutely delusional. His books took up 2 shelves. So there have been a few tweaks already that have been going into play here, and slight reorganisations already, and definitely more reorganisation to come as I tweak things and get things exactly how I want it. So here's a quick overview of the shelves as they currently stand at the end of filming. As you can see, I have the romances and YA at the top, moving down into fantasy on one side and more fantasy romance on the other. And then heading down further, it goes into dark academia, more for epic, and sci-fi at the bottom. So this is a couple of weeks later, but going through more line by line and showing you each shelf and what I currently have on it. I haven't done too much rearranging as yet, so things have been left, but I have now got the boyfriend's books on there so you can see where those are. But this just gives a slightly more detailed overview of everything that's there. And then we will pan out to a bit more of the overall view of the shelves, media, console, cabinet, and what we still have to work on, because there is definitely still room for improvement and some bits and bobs, decoration, plants that we would like to get. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed coming along this organisational journey with me and seeing my books and shelves all come together in my new home, and I will see you in my future videos. Bye!